What's up, YouTubers? It is your boy Deluxe Man fixing his lighting to make sure you can see his face and not every, you know, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I can see one light side and then there's this other dark side. I don't want to make a Piper reference. Remember when Piper had the black side and the white side? Jesus, let me fix this really quickly. That was my pop filter hitting something. Now I'm trying to make it fit. Not fit, but stay up. Damn it. There we go. It is your boy Deluxe Man still having some lighting issues over here. Maybe if I do this, that'll help it out. I don't know. How I look? I look okay? Decent enough. You can see me. But welcome to another edition of my live review for Monday Night Raw. And also, this will also be me giving my thoughts on the Paige and Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. I mean, I'll get into it when I get into it. As always, like me on Facebook, subscribe, like here on YouTube. And if you'd like to donate to the cause, to helping improve the viewing experience here on YouTube, go ahead and donate to my Patreon. That's what it's there for. And I have 3 new donations to give a shout out to. Thank you to the following people. The following people are, I think, Mr. Griffith, one of my favorites. Very underrated, by the way. And Daniel Giza. Is it Geza? Is it Geza or Giza? I'm going to go with Giza. But thank you, Daniel Giza. Both of them really, really nice donations. And guys, anytime you want to donate, go to www.patreon.com/DeluxeMan. And you go there, guys, and that is where you go for donations. Now, before we get into the actual review, as always, I am going to give you a topic to talk about as you guys get situated. And let's talk about Dana White. Dana White, Mr. UFC, president of the UFC. It was last night during the UFC 190 show, pay-per-view, by the way. Some fan told him how his shows are overpriced, like they're $65. And you know what? Maybe they are. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't think anybody should pay that much for a show. But hey, UFC is making a lot of money off of it, so people think it's worth it. It's just as ridiculous as paying $100 to see Mayweather and Pac-Man fight. I was just like, really? $100? Get the fuck out of here with that. But fan complained to him, and he was all like, well, we're not that fake shit that WWE is. They pay $9.99 because they fake. They fake. And the wrestling world just went crazy. It's just like, how dare he call us fake? People like Bully Ray and Gregory Helms and Seth Rollins and Joey Styles and Mick Foley and Sheamus and freaking Taz and people coming out the woodworks. Bull Dempsey lit into him. And then wrestling fans lit into him. Oh, how dare you call wrestling fake? And Seth Rollins, I love his line. Why does Dana White have all this attention? Why does his opinion matter? The guy never wrestled a day in his life. The argument is Dana White can't call it fake because he's never done it. He doesn't understand that wrestlers hurt themselves on a regular basis. They don't understand the pain that the average wrestler goes through every single week. And you know what? He doesn't at all. He's completely oblivious to it. He would never understand that. He looks at it as a guy in trunks and another guy in trunks doing ballet, just doing stunts. Doesn't understand the story behind it. And honestly, that's typical. A guy like that who loves real fighting. Oh, boxing is real. Wrestling's fake. UFC is real. Wrestling's fake. That mentality is not shocking to me. So when you're the president of a company that has that mentality, it's like, okay, of course you think it's fake. Of course you do. So I wasn't offended by it. I was just laughing my ass off at everybody just losing their minds over it. Like, how dare you say it's fake? How dare you? And it's just like, guys, it's Dana White. Who gives a crap? Now, here's the thing, though. I'm not on Dana White's side at all. I think for him to say that, knowing that Ronda Rousey, his prized fighter, top prized fighter, is not only a big wrestling fan, but literally dedicates her name, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, to Rowdy Roddy Piper, who is a fake wrestler. He's a fake wrestler. And a lot of the concepts that he uses to build to his pay-per-views and use to help make some of these guys stars in UFC comes from fake wrestling. You know, and sometimes I just think maybe Dana White knows a lot more than we think. He's probably just working us, which is what he does. But it's also one of those things you just kind of go, okay, so he doesn't understand wrestling. No shit. Why are people getting offended? So I just laughed my ass off seeing all these wrestlers just go, oh my God, stand up for wrestling. Don't let him talk bad about you. I'm just like, it's Dana freaking White. Who cares? Who cares? It's like Tough Enough. I know you guys love Tough Enough. I know you guys are throwing a fit over Tough Enough. Oh my God, I got rid of Patrick. Oh my God, ZZ's being treated like crap. We should vote for ZZ to get back at Vince McMahon. Who cares about Tough Enough? Tough Enough doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. It means nothing. It never meant anything. Okay, it didn't mean anything back then when it first started in 2002. It didn't mean anything the very next year or the next year or the next year. The best talents, John Morrison, Miz. Miz didn't even win it. Morrison, it was necessarily, I'm going to say he's necessarily the best guy to come from Tough Enough. He's the most, I guess he's like the most, you know, thoroughbred, born winner that actually became something in the wrestling business. Still, it's just like, other than those two, who gives a crap? Even when Austin brought it back in 2011, it was, well, Austin didn't bring it back. When they brought it back with Austin in charge in 2011, it's like, okay, who cares? Austin is the one that's making the show awesome. And listen, I'll admit I haven't watched this season's Tough Enough. I watched a couple of clips to get an idea of what's going on. And I know about ZZ. I look at ZZ and go, well, I know why you're voting for him, because he's different. He's not the prototypical WWE image. And that's something that is going to make this show not matter at all. Because, guys, I'm telling you right now, the guy that's going to win is ZZ. You want to know why he's going to win? One, because reports are saying that they don't want ZZ to win. So fans are going to rebel against WWE and vote for ZZ. I don't even care. I'm not even going to watch the show. But either it's a rebellion against WWE or ZZ is going to win because he's just a good personality, which is something none of these guys have. And when you knock him, fans are going to feel sympathetic towards that, and they're going to want him to win. So what's going to end up happening is the guy that the fans want to win is not what the WWE wants to win. So even if he does win, the WWE is going to treat him like crap, making this season of Tough Enough null and void. And by the way, you know why Tough Enough was brought back? Tough Enough was brought back as an answer to Triple H, because Triple H and NXT became so popular, became so blown up. It became its own entity that Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn feel intimidated. Oh, we can do that too. Tough Enough. They can't. They don't understand it. My thing is, if you like Amada, if you like these other people that you want to win, just hire them. Don't go through all this mess of trying to make the fans vote for him and make it seem like the fans want to win. Honestly, they just don't. They want ZZ. When you get ZZ, guess what? They're not going to treat him right, and he's going to be fired. So Tough Enough is a waste of time. Dana White taking shots at wrestling and fans and wrestlers overreacting to it is a waste of time. I think it's entirely funny. And guess what? He will take another shot. One more shot. I guarantee you. When CM Punk fights, he will take another shot. And you guys will overreact then as well. By the way, it reminds me, CM Punk has been saying wrestling is fake for how long now? And no one has gone against CM Punk telling him, how dare you say wrestling's fake? Because You know what he's talking about. You know when someone like CM Punk says wrestling's fake, it's scripted, it is determined. Who cares? Yes, it's scripted. Yes, it's determined. It doesn't matter if it's scripted. Because sometimes scripted can be awesome. Scripted has been awesome for decades. It's not awesome now, but it's been awesome for decades. Scripted beat real. Reality, guys. So when someone says it's scripted, who gives a crap? It's fake. People have been saying wrestling's fake since it was born. Since it was, well, probably not since it was done back in the 40s or whatever. But for decades now. Why are we getting offended? Okay, just whatever. But that is my opening topic. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. San Jose was a great crowd. I loved San Jose. But I will say, the show overall, it's another, all right, this was good. This was boring. This was really awesome. This was shit. Oh, I like this. This was, very mixed bag. And Raw has been a mixed bag for a while. That's just my opinion. If you thought it was awesome, guys, again, my views, my opinions. I thought it was a mixed bag. If you thought it was something awesome, just say it down below. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it, because giving it a C apparently is a bad thing now. Guys, if I give it a C, that literally means I enjoyed it, but I'm not going to watch it over again. A B or an A says I don't mind watching the show over again. Okay, there's only been a few Bs this year. I don't think I would watch this show over again. It came close. Came real close. But it fell off at the end. The last hour killed it. The last hour was boring. If it was just a 2-hour show, yes, definitely a B. Because the first 2 hours were actually pretty solid. That last hour killed it, as always. But let's talk about Raw, shall we? We kick things off with the 10-bell salute to the late, great Roddy Piper, who passed away. I did my tribute to him. Thank you to everyone. Thank you so much to those who, watched it. They said it was a good sentiment. I appreciate it. I'm happy you liked it. Again, I didn't grow Piper, but I understand, what he did for the wrestling business. And that's what some people were telling me. They were telling me, well, Deluxe, man, how can you give tributes to Piper when you weren't born? Okay, so I wasn't born. First off, I did live through the career of Piper. I saw him in WCW. So even then, if I didn't see him in his prime, I still have enough to talk about him with. And even if I didn't live through him, I'm still giving him respect. I can't respect Bruno Sammartino because I didn't live through him. I couldn't respect Dusty Rhodes. I couldn't respect all these legends. Macho Man Randy Savage because I didn't live through him. I didn't live through Hogan. I did live through Hogan. He lived for decades. Dear God. Let me respect the guy. Okay? I don't have to be this wrestling encyclopedia that's lived for eons, has seen them wrestle to be able to respect them. I will always respect the career and life of Andre the Giant, but I have never seen him wrestle live. I don't have to. Piper did a lot for the wrestling business, so if I want to respect him, let me respect him. Following the 10-bell salute, we kick things off with Seth Rollins wearing a Never Shuts Up t-shirt, referencing John Cena's Never Give Up t-shirt in the same style, but it's really well done. I really like that t-shirt. I might actually get it. Great crowd, got a great reaction. He got a pop. He got a babyface reaction. The crowd cheered him for injuring John Cena and putting him on the shelf. I want to see some people like Solomon Monster or whoever comes out and talks about Raw. I want to see what they have to say because I'm pretty sure they were pissed off about that. I just thought it was funny. I just like, you know what? It's whatever. The fact that they are cheering the fact that he got injured and that it gave Seth Rollins babyface momentum. Wow. John Cena is the biggest heel in the wrestling business. He is. That's what happens when you push him to our WWE. Rollins talks about how he's the only person who can slow himself down. He brags about breaking John Cena's nose. And then he challenges John Cena to a match at SummerSlam. Not a shocker. What shocks me is that it's going to be title for title, meaning both the US and the World Championship is on the line. Yeah. Yeah, guys, that's like a 75% lean towards John Cena winning that match at SummerSlam. I seriously doubt they would give, or first off, they would drop the strap, the US strap to Seth Rollins, but they would give all this build-up to Cena and then have him lose it to Seth Rollins. I don't think that was the plan. I don't think that is the plan. So either expect a Cena victory or expect a cash-in. But anyways, because John Cena isn't here, Seth Rollins decides to have an open challenge. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, Cesaro, get your ass out there. Get him, Cesaro. Get him. My fatal four-way will work, damn it. He didn't come out because apparently there was some, stipulations and limitations, and he had to be under 200 pounds and blah, 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 blah. So Neville went out there. And I was like, he's not going to win, but okay, it'll be a good match. Oh my God, was it a good match? It was a very good match. Two amazing near falls. Man, and they were the closest near falls I've seen in a long time. Neville was on fire, by the way. He did like this awesome corkscrew moonsault to the outside, and then his dive over the top rope is really awesome. I just love that stuff. Okay, the first near fall was when he reversed the pedigree, and then he does a regular pin. 1, 2, and it was like 2 7/8. It was just like, you just missed it. And I was like, man, I thought he was going to have him. But then he hits the red arrow. He hit the red arrow. And then, okay, the referee is pinning him. 1, 2, hits the 3. But then he's like, oh, sorry. No. And I'm just like, what? It's a 3. Because when you hit the 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm like, oh my God. Neville won. Neville beat Seth Rollins. Oh my God. I marked. And then he says, sorry, his leg is on the ropes. And I'm just like, oh, son of a bitch. Neville accidentally hooks his legs so hard, he puts his legs on the ropes by accident. I was like, oh my God. Son of a. Hashtag son of a bitch. Anyways, it's just, it was a great match. And then, of course, it ended with Seth Rollins' best pedigree to date. His best pedigree to date. That move still doesn't work for me, but since it was done to Neville, who could sell it very well, it looked good tonight. But for the most part, that pedigree doesn't work for Seth Rollins. Get him a finisher. Hell, at this point, make that high knee. Make that knee his finisher. It broke John Cena's nose. Make him use that in every single match. And when he hits it, that should be it. Call it the nose breaker. I don't know. You can't use the freaking curb stomp. Use the freaking nose breaker. Hashtag nose breaker. But Rollins retains. And he is, I think at this point, he might have just as many successful World Championship defenses on TV, SmackDown and Raw, as CM Punk did. So we like to say that Seth Rollins loses all his matches, and he does. We might say that he's booked like a weak champion, and he is. But his whole aura is surviving. It's not about, proving to be a legit champion. It's about surviving as a champion, which if that is what they're going for, they're doing a pretty decent job at it. Can't lie, All right, moving on to the next thing. We got an 8-man tag. New Day and the Ascension versus Los Matadores and Lucha Dragons. Not a bad match. It was a little clustered here and there. It felt like a lot of people were inside the ring. Primetime players on commentary. Love PTP on commentary. I loved Sin Cara's, what is it, senton bomb? Because Big U's on the outside, and then Sin Cara did like this flip to the outside, and he sentons him, which I actually like. So that was really cool. But Kofi picks up the victory with a Trouble in Paradise to Kalisto on the top rope, and then he pins a 1, 2, 3. So we'll see where that goes. Apparently, there's going to be this whole thing where all members of the tag team division is going to fight for the PTP tag team belts. Then we got a Divas tag team match. We got the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie, versus Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Charlotte was over like a mofo, but they also was chanting for Becky as well. So, oh yeah, Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch came up with their name. And their team name is the Powerpuff Girls. No, I'm joking. Please tell me you got that reference. No, it's the Submission Sorority. And this got a mixed reaction on Twitter. Some of them were all like, oh, I don't like it. It sounds like 2-3 college girls got into a room and were all like, hey, the Submission Sorority. But I looked at that and went, well, they are 26, 23, and 24, and 22. So they technically are college girls. Just saying. And then there were some that loved it. I'm someone that likes it. I don't hate it. It's not like the greatest name ever, but it makes sense. Sorority, sisterhood, submissions, that's what they all use. So why be offended by it? It's a name and it makes sense. So I like it. Paige, Charlotte, Becky, keep the name. But the match was fun. I like the Divas match. They got like, what, 15 minutes? It was a long match, by the way. And I love these long Diva matches because it gives them an opportunity to showcase what they can do. And I love that. I appreciate that. They all worked well. But Charlotte made precious Nikki Bella tap like a bitch to the figure 8. And I loved it. I loved it. It was awesome. But then we go backstage where we see JoJo. JoJo's getting a lot of TV time now. And I love it. I love JoJo. But she's interviewing Team Beautiful and Dangerous. Team Bad. And Naomi and Sasha Banks, it's all about that thug life, man. Naomi's like, man, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to backhand, front and backhand Paige. Because I can do that because I'm a thug. Thug life. Thug life. I don't know what. Thug life. No. Thug life. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I love it. I think right now the best characters are Naomi and Sasha Banks. I think Sasha Banks, oh my God, that's my babe. That's my babe right there, man. It's just, I love her. I love all the divas. Well, I don't love all the divas. I love Charlotte, Becky, Paige, and so all the NXT divas. Let me put that around there. I do like Naomi too. Naomi might be the best developed character in terms of the main roster divas that we've gotten in a while because she's just cooking. She is cooking on that microphone. They referenced Ronda Rousey and how they're the baddest chicks in the world. And like I said, she challenged Paige. And then we get this scene with Tamina looking down on JoJo like, bitch, I will eat you. And JoJo's like, oh, oh. It's so crazy. But yeah, man, I just like what they're doing with Team Bad. I feel like they're getting a lot more development than the rest of the divas are, but they're all getting the chance to shine in what they do best. Charlotte and Becky shine inside the ring. But I do think they need more microphone time. Just maybe a little bit more microphone time. Just here and there. Miz TV, Cesaro, and Kevin Owens. So Miz is wearing a Hot Rod t-shirt, and that is a common thing throughout the night because, hey, Piper, he died, dedication, so respect to him. But Kevin Owens comes out. Kevin Owens says Cesaro is jealous of him, because he accomplished something in 3 months. He accomplished more in 3 months. Not just something, which is beating John Cena, but he accomplished more in 3 months than Cesaro did in 3 years, which is true. Dear God, is it true? And Cesaro's all like, well, you know what? All you do is walk. Walk, Owens, walk. And, you know, them's fighting words. They choose, not choose, but they tease. They wanted to fight. They wanted to choose a fight, but they teased a fight. And Miz was like, go ahead and fight. And Owens is like, you know what? Shut up, okay? I can fight. You can't. You can't wrestle. So you know, bitch. There's nobody there. But, no, Owens says he'll fight on his own turf, on his own time. And then he says, you know what, Cesaro? I'm out of here. Deuces. And then he walks away. And Cesaro's all like, beast mode, rip off this suit. By the way, Cesaro was wearing a clean-ass suit. He looks good in the suit, man. Vince, why don't you like him? He looks good, for Christ's sake. But he looked good in the suit. But when freaking Owens tried to blindside him, he was like, beast mode. Ah! Superman, bitch. And Owens is like, nah, maybe later. It was pretty crazy. So, you know, I liked it. I liked the Miz TV segment. And I liked Miz's facials. Miz is getting really good at being that character that you're not supposed to take seriously, but it's just like, he's like the Bulk and Skull of WWE. Does that make sense? Bulk and Skull of WWE. You're entertained by them. You know they're not gonna do anything bad. You know they're not gonna make an impact on the show. But for the most part, it's like you're entertaining. I like you. I shouldn't like you, but I like you. Same thing goes for the Miz. It's like you're entertaining me. I shouldn't like you, but I do. And then we get into some. That's what it was. Rusev beats Mark Henry. Summer Lana Ray, or Hot Summer Lana Ray comes out to accompany him, and Rusev just beats Mark Henry, and then he just beats him up some more. You know, I know Ziggler is working on a movie, but can we get some segments with Lana and Ziggler interacting somewhere? Like, oh, baby, I'm hurt. You'll be all right. You know, just showing his recovery, showing their coupleness. Because since Ziggler's been on TV, I haven't really been able to really see why they're a couple. That's what they're lacking. Fans don't see why Ziggler and Lana are a couple. We need to see more segments of that, please. Please. Jesus Christ. And then freaking JBL has these freaking cue cards telling us to freaking buy the freaking network because it's just like freaking Netflix. That one came from me. Guys, send me the death threats. Send me the threat. Send me whatever you want to send me because the just like Netflix, I suggested that. Netflix, hashtag Netflix. The just like Netflix line, I suggested that in my network video. So if they got it from me, sorry, that was my fault if you don't like it. Jesus Christ, they just pounded it. King Barrett beat Zack Ryder. No reason, no story, so let's move on. Then we get Paul freaking Heyman. Paul Heyman comes out, and then San Jose just receives him like a freaking boss, like he is God. Because Heyman is God. There's two gods. Foley is God, and Heyman is God. And Heyman's all like, my name is Paul Heyman, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. That crowd says it with him. And then he just tells the world that Taker picked the fight. You know, says that Undertaker has never beaten, thank you for saying this, Taker has never beaten Brock Lesnar, and he never will. He then brings out Brock Lesnar, who gets a huge pop. He stands on the freaking steps, and Heyman just goes to worshiping like he is the freaking disciple of Jesus, you know, and then he just sells. He just sells us on this fight. Paul Heyman is the best salesman in the wrestling business. If you need him to sell something, oh my God, will he ever sell it? He sold it as a fight. He sold it as a non-sanctioned kick-ass. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be non-PG kind of fight. And I'm just like, God, okay. I probably shouldn't want this match, but I want it even more. Okay, let's go. I want to see it. Let's go. You know, Heyman is just good at that. He just says, Taker, you're on your way to Suplex City. And that was it. I was pumped. I loved it. Just awesome, man. Heyman is the best talker, best seller, best salesman in the business. Then we get the last hour, which was crap. I'm not gonna lie, it was boo-boo. Paige versus Naomi was decent. It wasn't anything great. Paige beats it with the PTO. Stardust is gonna confront Stephen Amell, the guy that plays Arrow. Show that I don't watch. The only superhero show I don't watch. I watch every single one of them except for Arrow, Flash, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Daredevil, and others. You know, I even watched a little bit of Smallville. I don't watch Gotham. So, okay, Arrow and Gotham, I don't watch them. Gotham is... I saw the first episode, saw a little bit of the second episode, I was like, done. Okay. Well, at least I watched Gotham. I didn't touch Arrow. I just never found interest in it. But he's going to confront Stardust next week, so it's like, okay. Wonderful. Then we got the main event. Not going to lie, didn't even watch it. I didn't watch it. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Sheamus. People were telling me it was boring. because I read it over Twitter. I knew it was going to be boring. I didn't think the match itself would be all that good. I'm pretty sure the baby faces won. Did they? Yes, they did, because Piper, Dedication, Ambrose, Reigns, and Orton were wearing the t-shirt, so hey, they had to win. So overall, man, I gotta give the show a C. I wouldn't watch it over again. I enjoy a lot of stuff on it, which gives it the C. If I was gonna say plus or minus, maybe C plus, but it's still a C. Still a C, guys. So I wouldn't watch it again. But enough about me talking about Raw. Let me get your thoughts. What did you guys feel about Raw? Let me go ahead and read your thoughts, and then we'll talk about the podcast. Because, I'm pretty sure you guys want to give... Well, you don't want to give your thoughts. You want me to give you my thoughts on the whole thing. The main event was boring. I agree. Deluxe, man, are you going to watch Supergirl? Supergirl? Okay. More information on that, please. I didn't know we were doing a Supergirl superhero show. Man, you don't know what you're missing in Arrow. Well, entice me, why don't you? I watched your video of you analyzing the entire WWE roster, and I think you should do that with Wade Barrett. Oh, no, sorry. And I think they should do with Barrett what you suggested in that video. Oh, my God. First off, I completely forgot about what I even said about most of this stuff. But, yeah, that was pretty crazy. I cannot believe I did that video. Bow down. But thank you. I appreciate it. And they probably should. How does my suggestion of the name of Becky Lynch's finisher sound? Dublin Disarmor. I guess. Let me see here. I don't like the matches with the Bellas. Who does? For real, who does? I already answered a question on the submission sorority. Patrick already has a chance for a contract. I thought he didn't accept it, though. Someone tell me, did Patrick get a contract? Or did he, did they ask to give him? Did they try to give him a contract and he said no? I like how Xavier Woods was the most entertaining part of the tag team match. Yeah, because Xavier Woods is awesome. Please go watch his gaming channel. Watch it for Damian Sandow. Xavier Woods' gaming channel has Damian Sandow as like a commentator to the games. He is the funniest thing on there. And I hear reports that they want to bring Damian Sandow back on WWE as that gimmick. Because, oh my God, it's getting views. Oh my God, look at all these people who are watching him. We gotta get him. We gotta get him. One more. I'm bored. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. The whole ZZ thing is strange. The judges keep putting him in the bottom 3, but the fans keep voting for him to stay. It reminds me of Sanjaya from American Idol. You probably don't know who that is. Sanjaya from American Idol could not sing a lick on the show. And Simon constantly ripped him a new one. And he couldn't sing, but the female audience kept on voting him back and voting him back and voting him back. And I think he made the final 4. And it's like, oh my God. So ZZ, yeah, he will make the final 4 or he'll win it. It's just how it is. And then it's not going to mean anything anyways. All right. All right, guys, let's talk about the podcast. You want to give my thoughts on Paige. Not give my thoughts. Yes, I want to give you my thoughts. Well, to speak English, you want to get my thoughts. Okay, you want to get my thoughts on Paige and her podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, Paige is just a likable person. Paige is like that college friend that I would just hang out with all day. If we went to college together, that would be my roommate. Paige is the girl that she's just really cool to hang out with. I feel like we can just have conversations all day, every day. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't give me and Paige anything. If me and Paige are in the same room, we would not shut up. I feel like that would happen. I don't know. Paige is awesome. I love her. I think she's a great talent. I think she's awesome. First off, she's been wrestling since she was 13 years old. She's 23. She's been wrestling for 10 years. Since she was 13 years old. Holy crap. So respect to her. I don't know. The interview to me, I didn't feel like it had that punch. I wanted some, you know, with Austin being who he is, I wanted some nitty-gritty questions. I mean, Tough Enough might have been nitty-gritty because again, I don't watch Tough Enough, so maybe I missed out on that one. But I don't know. Maybe I was expecting her to really not rip into the Divas division or the way the Divas have been treated. She probably can't. But I did want them to kind of go into the whole, okay, how you feel like females are treated in WWE and how you feel like they're treated now. She touched on it a little bit, but she didn't go really into it. You know, they could have actually talked more about like how you've been liking the way they've been using her. And honestly, she doesn't have anything to complain about. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, on the main roster, I'm not the anti-diva, but I'm on Total Divas, and I'm very popular, so how dare you not let me be me? So they are letting her be her. She's different. She's still different. She's still not your prototypical diva. She's just called a diva, and she's on Total Divas. And she's just a far cry from what she used to be on NXT, though. I agree with that. But she's not necessarily Nikki Bella, now is she? All right. So let's talk about how she comes from a family heritage. She comes from the Knights family. Wrestling for 10 years, 13 years old when she started. And she was a bouncer at 15, 16, around that age, which was crazy. That's a young age to be a bouncer. I would hate to be around her. Went under the name of Brittany Knight when she was wrestling in the Indies. She housed a lot of wrestlers. Her family housed a lot of wrestlers like Jake the Snake Roberts and others like that. But her first tryout with WWE, she was actually rejected on. So she didn't make the WWE on her first tryout because she was trying to be a diva and she busted someone open and it didn't work. But the second time through, she was the anti-diva, which you knew her as on NXT. And that's what got her the contract, which was different. You know, it's kind of funny. I think it's very ironic that the WWE wants these guys to be corporate. They want them to be one kind of person, but to get into the company, you have to be different. So to catch your eye, I have to be different. But to remain in the company, I have to be just like everybody else. Does anybody else see how conflicted that is? It just makes no sense to me. It's like, why can't she just be different, period? The way she got into the company should be the standard of how to stay in the company. So, oh my God. All right. The NXT story she told a lot of NXT stories. Apparently, girls were mean to Paige because she, I guess, was intimidating. They didn't like the fact that she was different and, you know, beat to the beat, march to the beat of her own drum. So, you know, and she talked about how she hurt some Murray, busted her open. She was rough because she comes from a family of stiff workers. Apparently, her mom busted her open a lot of times during the matches she had with her. So it was like, wow, okay, that's your daughter. So I guess this is just how it is. It's just how it is. Goodness gracious. So she's used to working stiff, and she has a different mentality on the business. For someone that young, that's really old school. I love that Paige is old school. You know, that's an old school mentality to have for someone who's only 23 years old. And then you got these other people who have been in the business for 10 years, and they don't even know half the things Paige know. That's what's crazy to me. Holy crap. NXT, you know, she felt like she owes a lot of her, her growth to Dusty Rhodes and Triple H. She talks about how Dusty used to give her a hard time, but ultimately he convinced her to be her. The whole moniker she lives by. She lives by being you. Be you. Live the life how you want to live life. Well, she got that. Apparently, she was influenced to do that by Dusty Rhodes, which I think is really cool. Dusty is, oh my God, he just touched so many people, man. I'm just sad that he's gone. Austin asked, who is Paige? And she pretty much said, you know what? I'm you. I'm the female version of you, Austin. I am the anti-diva. I am a female rebel. And I just stand out as someone very special, which I love. She talks about how Stone Cold Steve Austin is an influence to her, which is like, you know what? That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Holy crap. Which is also kind of ridiculous because, okay, Austin was hot 1998 to about 2003. Paige was born, she's 23, meaning she was born in 1992. If she was to catch Austin at his hottest, she must have been what, 6, 7, 8? Holy crap. So Austin was touching kids, and he was touching all kinds of generations. She talks about getting hit by a car. Most of it was just her talking about stories like getting hit by a car, injuries, working with injuries and stuff like that. And that's where she got the toughness from. She's used to working hurt. You know, it's like Daniel Bryan. He's used to working hurt. And he gets angry when he can't work hurt. And Paige is all like, look, that's part of the wrestling business. You're going to get hurt. You're going to hurt yourself. That's how it is. Man up or leave. I did a video on that a while ago where I said, look, I understand that wrestlers need to take care of themselves, need to watch out, not to, shorten their lifespans by doing too many spots. But a souvenir in the wrestling business is a broken arm. A souvenir in the wrestling business is a black eye. That's part of it. You know, if you're not willing to handle that, don't get into it. Which is why, for me, if I was to get into the wrestling business, you know, I would be a commentator. I'm gonna get hurt regardless, but that's the that's the least resistance. That's the path where I will face less pain. I love how humble she is. She talks about how when people come up to her, she's like, you know what? I'm not larger than life. I'm just a regular girl. Why do you like me? Like, why do you want my autograph? But then she talks about how she watches herself on Total Divas and how they influence her, how she's different, how she influences others to be different. Sometimes, guys, the most influential person is the person next door to you, is the person that has a family, is the person that's living a good, natural life. You know, we would all love to be a Hollywood star. We would all love to be an astronaut. We would all love to be doctors and firefighters. But sometimes we underrate the fathers, the mothers, you know, the people who just have regular jobs, who just take care of their families. You know, they can be influences too. You know, I love someone like Paige because she's just a wrestler. She's really good at what she does. You know, and she bees her. She bees her. I bees me. And that's why she's awesome. Then she talks about Divas Revolution and how they are just happy they're getting all this opportunity and time. Austin asked her, how did it start? The fans. The fans started it. The fans were sick of the Divas being treated like crap, and they said, you know what? Give us good Divas, please. Give us good matches. Give us long matches. Give us storylines. Give us people to actually care about. We started it. But in terms of what influenced the fans to start a Divas Revolution, yeah, it was NXT. It was Sarah Del Rey. It was Finley. It was Dean Malenko. It's all these trainers training these female wrestlers to be good wrestlers and helping us realize, oh my God, female wrestlers can have good matches as well. Sometimes better than men. Yeah, I felt like the tag team match this week with the Divas was better than most of the matches this week. It was probably better than, it was better than the male's tag match. It was. Just goes to show you that women can do it too. Right now, the most popular fighter is a female, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is the most popular UFC fighter. The top prize fighter in UFC is a woman. So at this time, we shouldn't be trying to make this a male world. We should be trying to make this, you know, a world where the best is the best. Simple as that. If you're good and you're great, if you're good at what you do and you consistently give us great matches, great products, you should be treated as such. Then she talks about Tough Enough. She talks about how she got death threats and heat for, putting Patrick into the bottom 3, and, how she's getting pissed off. Guys, like I said before, she's a bitch because they told her to be a bitch. They told her to be Simon Cowell. But she's truthful about it. Here's the thing. She says that I'm not going to tell you anything to hurt your feelings, to make you quit. You have to be tough. It's called Tough Enough. Jesus Christ. Stop pampering them. And then she tells stories about Daniel Bryan and seeing her father beat up somebody. Random trips across the country. How she has to have her own life and have fun, because if she's just wrestle, she's gonna lose her mind. She's gonna go insane. She has to have her own kind of personal life, which is what I do as well. So gigs, bars, and concerts. And her goals is to eventually be in the Hall of Fame, and bring back the women's championship. I hope she does it. I think that's a great goal. But ultimately, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Compared to the other podcast, this one was kind of was there. It happened. Wasn't terrible, but I wouldn't necessarily go back and watch it. I've watched the CM Punk podcast like 10,000 times. I've seen the Vince McMahon podcast 10,000 times. I've watched Triple H's more than once. I've watched the John Cena one with Chris Jericho more than once. John Cena's podcast with Chris Jericho was really well done. I haven't seen the one with Stephanie. Stephanie and Chris Jericho sucked. This one was better than Stephanie and Chris Jericho. It really was. And then the last one, what was the recent one we did? Was it Austin and Paul Heyman? That one was good. I watched that a couple of times as well. It should be noted that this was supposed to be Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was supposed to be the guest here, but he's a racist, apparently. He's not a racist, but he's labeled as one. That's why he can't be here. But it would have been interesting to see what Hulk Hogan and Austin would have talked about. Don't you agree? So, yeah, that's it. It's all right. It happened. I don't necessarily think we should watch it again. I mean, Paige is awesome. I love Paige. You know, I'm glad I watched it once. So, both of them, the podcast and the show, is getting a C. Both were a C. But give me your thoughts about it down below. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and go off. I have a lot of work to do tomorrow, so thank you guys for watching. I will see you this week for more videos. I have a ton of content coming this week, so stay tuned for it. Your boy, Deluxe Man, signing off. Peace.